first of those pillars, to provide a safe place, what makes a place safe? It's a place that's private, that is secure, and that for cats is often raised. Getting off the ground can enhance your security. It's important to remember that a cat is a prey species as well as a predator species. So getting up high can often make them feel safe. Now, for cats that have outdoor access, they'll often find safe places of their own outside, as Perches is doing here. But within our homes, as we're changing how we live, our homes are becoming much, much more open plan. They're becoming much, much more minimalist. The opportunity for cats to find their own safe places within our home, I think, personally, is diminishing. So we really need to provide that for them and not just rely on the fact that they might be able to get up there. For example, if it was on top of the wardrobe, or that they'll find a place of their own that they think is safe. We have a responsibility to provide that for our cats. So a safe place will provide enclosure. It will allow isolation from others in the home, whether it's humans or other animals. It will provide seclusion, and it will provide a sense of control for that cat. I'm sure you've all seen cats at cat shows or in veterinary practice that have stuck their head under their blanket. And they're trying to get a sense of control of their environment. They're trying to hide. They're trying to minimize the amount of information that's coming into them. They need perceived protection, and they need that opportunity to withdraw. And I think that's really important. I think a lot of people very often will put in something in place and say, cat never uses it, so they take it away. Now, just because they don't use it doesn't mean they don't need it. I might not be thirsty right now, but knowing that I have a glass of water in front of me is helping me not feel the need for a drink, because I know it's there if I do need it. But if it wasn't there, you could guarantee I'd be panicking that I was going to lose my voice. So sometimes just having something there allows you to cope, because you know it's there if you do need it. So, I'm not worried about embarrassing myself, so you're going to see a bit of a funny picture. If we were to provide a safe place for a cat, what might it look like? What would be something that's really affordable, we can get them even for free, that would be the perfect safe place to give every cat? A cardboard box. Excellent. It appears I knew this from a very young age. Don't ask me why I'm sleeping with my head in a cardboard box. I have no idea. I can't tell you. But I've also decorated mine. And there was a picture of me with a cat in there, but we couldn't find it when we looked for it. But also, cats have been trying to tell us for a long time that the cardboard box makes the most perfect safe place for them. At least my cats have been. So I chip my potatoes. I have a vegetable garden. I chip my potatoes in a cardboard box. 2 of my cats, over time, have been trying to tell me that actually this cardboard box was designed for them. When the cat food and the cat litter arrives in our house and I empty it and I put the cardboard box at the front door ready for recycling, the cats are trying to tell me this cardboard box is meant for us, right? And when I go home to visit my parents and my mother is putting away the Christmas decorations up in the loft, her cats are trying to tell us this box is meant for me, right? And finally, when we go on holiday, this is taken in Italy, and this is actually the wheel hub of our caravan. The local cats in the community come and tell us this box must be for us, right? So they've been trying to tell us this for a long time. We have a lot of boxes in our life, and we should be dedicating them to our cats. So the cardboard box is a perfect safe place for a cat. Why? Lots and lots of reasons. Placed on its side, so this one here, turn that round and place it on its side, provides an easily accessible safe place that has a roof. In this situation here, it's not ideal because the cat is constantly having to be vigilant upwards where people can be looming down on top. But turn it on its side, the cat can stay ventral and look out and check this place of safety without worrying that there's anything behind. And this was actually a cat that came into our cat welfare centre, and from just changing the box on the side, you could see that the cat's completely changed its positioning. So easy access and a roof. Good thing about cardboard is it's disposable. If you've got a new cat, you can get a new box, but also that it holds the scent of the cat. And we'll come to why that's important. What else is important when we're thinking about a safe place? A perch. A perch really, really helps. How often have we seen cats in their litter trays trying to get their eye line below the lip of the litter tray? A perch adds a sense of security to a cat. And we've started to realise that, and we've started to develop specific boxes now. Here are some that actually Vicky Halls has been developing, and this is the hide and perch box that was developed in British Columbia. But by utilising boxes that have a perch, the cat can both hide and when it feels more confident, go up and perch. Now that gives the cat a sort of fine-grained adaptation process. It's not all or nothing. I'm in my box or I'm not. I can peep from behind my perch. And we found that scientific studies have found that utilising these, cats adapt quicker in rescue environments. The cat carrier. The cat carrier, it could be another fantastic safe place. It could be. For lots of cats, it is not, because it is associated with a negative event of going to the vets. Now, we can completely change that round, and one thing I say to all cat owners is, first of all, to train the cat carrier to be a positive place to your cat. Because if you do that, you then have a portable safe place. So wherever your cat goes, its safe place goes with it. It's important to think about the type of carrier. If you use the plastic wire-coated carriers, they do not allow concealment, so utilise a blanket to place over the top, at least over a portion of it, to give the cat the opportunity to hide. Use the familiar scent within them, so use the cat's own bedding. And as I've said, they're transportable, and we need to often train cats to learn that they are positive. Having them out in the home all the time, feeding in them, working with them to learn that these can be positive. And I'm not going to go into how to do that, but I will give you a link that you can go and look at if you are interested. Here's the classic cat lying in its litter tray. And actually, if you use half a cat carrier with the bedding, you've got that really nice lipped, safe place. So there is a link here. If you go on the Your Cat website, you can see training videos that I've done on how to train your cat to experience the cat carrier as a safe place. And I think we should utilise that safe place when we take our cats to the vets and they're examined. A veterinary table is not a safe place. It has no lip, no perch, nothing. But taking the roof off your cat carrier, your cat still has a safe place. And this is Herbie, my cat, being examined by our vet Christos, and you can see he's eating both during examination and just sitting on the vet table. And the fact that he's eating treats, to me, shows that he's comfortable. And he certainly would not be doing that if he was taken out of his cat carrier and placed on the table. And this photo I actually took in 2008 when I came to Barcelona, and I thought was quite a nice one to show. A Barcelona cat in its safe place. And I stayed with this chap for quite a while and watched his cat for quite a while. And it was really interesting because only when really, really big groups of people came past did this cat pop into its carrier. The rest of the time it was quite happy, it was social rolling in the dust, it was eating when people were there, but it had its safe place that it could go to. And that safe place was with it at all times, wherever it went. The last safe place I want to talk about is perches and shelves. So we talked about getting up high. Really, we can provide these in lots and lots of different ways. The important thing to make sure is that they're wide enough and long enough for one cat. We often think the term perch itself sort of means like this. But actually, a perch, we want a place where they can relax into. A dipped perch is by far the best because, again, it gives that sense of security that there's almost a lip that the cat is sunk into. And you could definitely achieve that with like hammock-style beds, and here the radiator bed. It provides a vantage point for the cat from which they can be vigilant and visually scan their whole area, as this one can up high here. And again, it gives that cat the sense of security because they're up off the ground. This is a photograph that was taken from a rescue shelter in the States by a friend of mine. There's lots of good things about this environment, there's lots of not so good things about this environment, but I just wanted to show you to highlight the number of safe places that they have put in, and really to show that dipped perch, how important it is, that hammock-style perch. You can see that the cat, half its body is almost covered from sitting down in the middle of it, rather than a flat platform. Other considerations we need to take into account when we think about providing our safe places. If your cat has outdoor access, provide safe places outside if you own the property that's outside of your house. Provide safe places there too. This is our garden that belongs to our cat welfare centre at the university, and we've put in lots and lots of shrubs, some buddleia, really grown up high, that gives a lot of dense undergrowth for the cats to have their own safe places. You can just see in this photo as well, we have shelving up high so they can have aerial walkways. And we also have, I don't think you can see this picture, but we have plastic Wendy houses, plastic cat kennels, lots and lots of safe places in the outdoor space. And that's really important because cats will often meet other cats outside, and having the ability to have a safe place there is really important to try and reduce social tension. In multi-cat households, it's really important that your safe places have more than one entry or exit point. Think back to that photograph I showed you of the cat that was blocking the stairwell, that wouldn't let the other cat upstairs. Cats can very easily block access from each other to places. And if you have a cardboard box with one hole and a cat sits in front of that, suddenly your safe place isn't so safe anymore because your sense of control is gone because you can't get out if you want to. So having two entry-exit points, always allowing the opportunity for choice. And I always say in this picture here, if this shelf wasn't here, we'd have a real problem. But because we have the opportunity for this cat to keep going and up and round here, we have a sense of control over our environment. It's important to think about the number of safe places you have and their distribution. I would audit every cat's home and check that they have a safe place in every room of their homes. And we'll come on to distribution. We'll talk about that in the next pillar. Consider the cat's age and the accessibility of those safe places. In that picture I showed you of the rescue shelter, a lot of the cats in there were kittens, and you saw that the perches were much lower to the ground. Think again, as cats are getting older, they're getting more arthritic, they may need ramps or perches lowered again for accessibility. Consider safe places in the veterinary practice. We want to avoid caging next to dogs. We need to allow monitoring for our patients. So a safe place may simply be a towel placed over the front of your veterinary cage that you can lift to monitor your cat, but put back that your cat can get behind. And there's been a nice study actually looking at the efficacy of using that in reducing stress. And again, we always have to think very, very carefully, particularly in the veterinary environment, about disease transmission and also in the rescue centre environment. So we may need safe places that are easily cleaned, easily disinfectant, or disposable. So we can get rid when we no longer have that cat, or it can go home with that cat even better, and we get a brand new one for a new cat.